Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Outer Worlds. Alright, so yeah, I literally came in here and raped everyone. I think I grabbed everything as well. I just want to check some. So make spacesuits, won't travel. So yeah, that's the only thing left other than the main. So let's just go and get out of here. Yeah, you're gonna hate me forever now. Really.
Do we really need all this security? I have to go through 3 checkpoints just to take a bathroom break.
No
Can't
worries.
be too careful. Dissidents like Phineas Wells.
No worries. You don't have to worry about that, no worry. Alright.
What? What was that?
do you think you're doing?
You got the drop on us.
As you were.
Don't hurt me! Please! I don't want to die!
Ooh, what'd you find? That's hands, Cap.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. You! Stop that! What do you think you're doing?
Make him regret
I
it.
suppose I can look away this time.
Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!
Hurt me! No,
Don't hurt me!
Alright. You want to make an omelet, you gotta crack some eggs.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157?
Do they even notice who I am?
Huh? Hold it right there. No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. What? I don't need to see your identification.
Oh, wow.
Move along.
Wow. I just used the force on him, bro. Wow. Hard. So many elevators, damn it. Say, relax. How do you think I got here?
I guess that's what I was wondering.
You really think I got past all the other guards if I don't belong?
When you put it that way, it does sound pretty unlikely. Still, you should go. I don't think the other guards will be as rational about this as I am.
Keep your shoulders up.
Fuck. City quest. Transfer. Reducing the diminutive ceiling to 0% will result to the cancellation of the experiment and associated data. Experimental integrity and test subject vitality can be maintained by leaving a Advanced Logistics would like to remind employees that it is in no way responsible for... Hold on, let me see something. Okay. You've learned that Dimity is at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale, along with whatever chairman. Caroline, a scientist at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale, has an ongoing feud with Theodore, one of her co-workers. You found an empty canister to transfer the... Now that knows Minister Clark's been hired, and he needs you to get... Let's leave this one.
Not so fast. What do you think you're doing? As you were.
their mistake.
Give me a sec, Seek. Give me a sec, guys. I'm eating. Alright.
Anti-Cleo's
Wouldn't it be something to see an Earth assault cruiser land here?
Don't be ridiculous.
Give me a sec real quick, guys.
Take your best shot, asshole!
idea. Biatch. My bad.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Don't worry about pay. The board always rewards good work. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
I shouldn't have done that.
If you don't mind my saying, Captain. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some kind of hibernation technology. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. No, it wasn't. We have... Well, let's see. We have at least some of the chemicals. We have your ship, and we have you. That has to count for something. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists. The brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all, and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. merciful gibbering law. You're a genius.
I know.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Can we talk?
So we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra 2's orbit right under the board's nose? Something tells me you're the first person to ever utter those words, Captain. I think this whole plan's insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme? Coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies, but I think you really mean it. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy? You're too trusting, and I'm gonna remember that when I negotiate for my cut of our reward, okay? Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else?
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I...
Alright, Emerald Vale. Oh shit. I thought I was dead. He has a terminal somewhere. Alright. Alright, everything's up. Now I specifically have to put certain things up. Alright, movement, penalty, science weapon damage, bonus speed damage, bonus to extra headshot. Yeah. Actually, I did say I wanted to get that. Then after that, I'll go for something up there.
More than enough time.
Alright. Yeah, I need to go back to the first place. Back to Edgewater.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Okay, good.
Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my word. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Alright. Oh, wow. Yeah.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Where are we headed?
It's saying to go to Silica, which of course I have. So let's go to Silica. Silica, yeah, Silica, yeah, Silica, oh Silica, yeah.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Oh, wow. Did not need to know that.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Something on your mind?
Where are we headed?
Nice. Almost got enough. Damn. Butterscotch. Damn, butterscotch. Got the leather. Alright. There we go. Mission done. I think he said there's a little more bullshit after this. But it should be the last thing after this.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're...
Yeah. I think it's that. Need to go there.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Yeah. He said if I didn't do this mission, I was gonna fail it, so glad I got it done. Oh. I kind of want to use that other gun, but since I upgraded this so high, I'm just gonna wait until I find something better. Level 7, oh my god. That's not a good choice. Space ass.
Remember that stranger.
What can I do for you, darling? I've been thinking of a name for this new outfit. Chimera. Crafted from the hides of 3 species of monster. While you were gone, I put in an order for one of my bespoke lapels. Solid gold, diamond encrusted. If it doesn't have one of my lapels, it's not a Jolicoeur original. Those slackwits at HPS are holding my parcel while they wait for a signature. Bureaucracy is so utterly insufferable. Be a dear and retrieve it for me. Understatement of the year, darling. Believe me, I'm every bit as frustrated as you are.
Alright, I'll get you that push.
Wonderful!
Alright. So, he said... Yeah, have to talk to a woman. Hopefully she's here. So, because he said that this is when you get it. Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. He's not fighting me anymore? Oh, I guess because she's okay with me, she made it okay. She basically gave me free get out of jail free card pretty much with everybody.
Burning the midnight oil, are we? Welcome. If you would like to sign for a parcel.
Welcome to Halcyon. How may I be? Let me just look that up for you. It appears that a parcel for Ms. Jolicoeur, Celeste is currently out for delivery. It was, and now it's being delivered. Let me see here. A parcel for Jolicoeur, Celeste is being delivered to 316 Rockwell in the Byzantium Estates. Thank you for allowing HP...
So you're telling me that I came here for nothing? Or went through this loading screen for nothing? That's what I'm saying. He was right. He said in the video that she just literally drives you around and literally didn't even have to because she has it now because it's being delivered. So like she's been literally making me do a whole bunch of shit for this. This better be good. Better be fucking good, bro. Oh no, I think oh my gosh.
Ellie, we gotta talk. My second least favorite set of 4 words. Here we go. You...
And look.
You gotta stop treating me.
No way.
I'm not gonna fall to pieces if you look at me.
This is starting to annoy me.
I'm not going away.
Now I'm heading back to the parcel place to renew it. Because when they got there, there's no one. This is the. How is this all happening? Who's doing this as I'm doing, like going for it? Like, How did it get like delivered? Like, did she do it like right when I went to go get it? Like, what is she doing? It's starting to piss me off. Bro.
Halcyon Parcel Service, how may I be of assistance? I must respectfully ask that you calm down, please. Parcels must be picked up at window A.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
If you would like to lodge a complaint about the quality of your service, please request a complaint form at window C.
I will.
If you would like to request a complaint form at window C, please make an appointment.
Oh wow, let me guess. If I want to make an appointment, I have to make a request form.
I see you're familiar with our company policy.
Wow. Which with the request form won't even be seen like until never. They don't give a fuck about your complaints. Yeah, back to this person.
How may I be of assistance?
Exactly.
Of course. If you could just verify for me that you are Jolicoeur, Celeste, or an officially authorized proxy.
Can you not see what I'm wearing? I'm obviously one of Celestia's models.
Yes, I can see by your eccentric mode of dress that you must be one of Ms. Jolicoeur's associates. Everything seems to be in order. Here you are, one parcel.
At least I got
hope this has been a
one
pleasant
thing
and satisfying transaction.
to where I got it on my
Parcel
own
Service
terms.
thanks you for your patronage.
Because I would have had to show her that parchment that she gave me, but I didn't because I could persuade her. But it's just annoying. Like, that shit's annoying. Literally, the first person I talked to was the person that gives me the shit. But I had to go through this stupid little thing just to get it. Retarded. Like, they literally couldn't figure out, okay, what else should we make them do? Oh, yeah, I get it. Oh, I got it. Get it. I got it. Let's send them on this little, you know, adventure through the town into this fucking window fucking area. I can't know what to call it. Parcel, fucking whatever. But I literally make them like run around in the city back and forth like a fucking goose. That would be fun. I bet they'll like it. I think that shit was annoying.
Spacer's Choice Zero G Brew. An ale that's good for what ails you.
I love this.
Hey, careful. Don't go running around in the middle of a crime scene. You mean Ms. Jolicoeur? She was reported for practicing a subversive aesthetic. We found her in her office, working on something perverse. She didn't cooperate, so we had to put her down. Never took her for a dissident sympathizer.
Here they come!
Motherfuckers. Nothing else in here. Oh, oh shit, yeah. Okay, so basically here. When I do this, I'll get a trophy for it. Supposedly, you're supposed to get a trophy for it. Yeah, let me try all these hats then. Get that one. I like that though. It's pretty cool. So none of them are working. Like that one. Like that one. Like that one. So I'm actually going to keep that on for dialogue skills. Damn it. So now I guess that allows me to still be able to get it. I just need the... I think he said an elegant hat or some shit. Or exquisite hat, probably. I don't know. But yeah, there's a trophy for it if you guys are wanting to get it. I'm not really worried about it. Like that. It goes with my little outfit here, but I'm good. Alright.
So you really want to be real, huh?
What was that?
They're on us! Bring them down! Get on!
Backpack, nice. Who's she fighting? Oh, this guy.
Here we go! No, please don't hurt me!
I wonder if they're gonna fight me all the way to her. No. They're definitely not gonna be fighting. What would she be doing in here? Did she just take the guy's place or some shit? Ah, this was not here before. Damn. Yeah, she ain't gonna like that. I might as well not do that. It's fucking... I already got that shit, so... Yeah, it's not even worth it. Alright.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony's on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. I'll answer however I can. The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work. Phineas Wells does not have a plan. He has an obsession. He is obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists, no matter the cost. Halcyon is already starving. We can't possibly introduce tens of thousands of new colonists into this system. Help me execute the Lifetime Employment Program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing. We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful. Before you interfered in Roseway, Dr. Anton Crane was on the verge of developing a powerful appetite suppressant. It would have made his career. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option. When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate. I've served the board long enough to understand its weaknesses. Running a colony requires swift and decisive action. The board is slow, ponderous, and prone to squabbling. That's why I'm relying on you. You deliver results without the paperwork. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. When you diverted power to the Botanical Lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources. The town is a rotting limb, and we must be surgeons. Edgewater's workers consume 6 times as many resources as they produce. The best thing that town can do for its colony is to die. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed. We don't have any other option. A colony is on the verge of collapse, and we no longer have the luxury of easy solutions. No. Allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical.
You talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known.
I am responsible for every single human life in this colony. Do you imagine I relish the thought of killing some of them to save the rest? Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
Who's gonna do that? It's only you, me, and my 2 companions. We're about to fucking gang fuck your ass, dude. I'm just playing. We're about to beat her ass up. You made your point, I'll do it. I don't really have a choice, do I? Go to hell, Sophia.
I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
You wrong, bitch.
That does it. Time for a drink?
Wrong, Sophia. That boy, you're now repulsed. They don't like me at all now, boy. So I'm sure that I botched that one, definitely. No, I didn't botch it at all. I completed the mission by shooting the bitch. Alright, so the next thing is this here. Reviving my peoples. Reviving my peeps. But basically what I'm gonna do is basically set all this corporate shit and get rid of all the corporate shit and, you know, make people free to where they can depend on themselves instead of some corporate shit that's gonna sit there and fucking slave work your ass, bro. But what they're saying, what I don't understand is how can what they're saying be true if only it's because how you guys are taking care of it. You're basically making this food that is killing your people. You're not going out there and getting enough food for everyone, you know. Because the people that I gave the power to, they're still alive and kicking, and nothing's wrong with them and shit. They're out there hunting their own food and eating it and shit, and not starving. So I don't know. I don't get it. She's gonna fucking try to attack us anyway, so might as well. I don't want to kill citizens, but they get in the way, you know. 438, nice.
Just calm down.
I didn't mean to shoot him.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Cooktail flakes and purple berry flavored power nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch. Anti-Cleo's facial mask skin cream leaves you feeling.
Yep.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. Something's changed with my pistol's trigger pull. You've been tinkering again? Maybe just a little. Is that all right with you? It's a lot smoother. Thanks. Happy to help. Here they come! We didn't even get our hands dirty.
I'm hoping I'm not even in the middle of the game, because if you guys have been watching, I literally haven't really been doing much of the story missions. I literally have been running around doing side quests. So I am really hoping that, you know, this game is just quite a bit more longer than what I'm expecting it to be.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My... We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Captain?
Huh? What was that?
Oh, shit. Definitely. Almost got it up enough. Let's say gold plasma. fuck is this?
Let's hope we don't have to run in a hurry. Easy.
Oh wow, I'm allowed to be here.
Unexpected. Error. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer. Error. Paradox prevention has temporarily
Everything I say is false.
Initiating greetings protocol.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now.
Mega Sprat, oh my gosh. Wow.
Something...
Okay, we're going up.
New employee. About time.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. These were the private quarters of the Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the dearly departed? No? That's odd, because my
feeling if no one sees. If they didn't want to tempt us, why'd they lock it up?
What the fuck am I doing?
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2. I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
In case I don't get another chance to say it, it's been interesting, Captain.
admitting a deficit. My, you never cease to amaze me, Captain. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now. Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Did we move? I hardly felt a thing.
Was that an attempt at humor, Doctor? Certain levels of drollness are difficult for me to discern.
Oh, it's our disguises. Okay. Cool. Might as well. gotta be energy too. Yes. So now I got a energy weapon now, so I need to put that on I can.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Thank the Lord you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board has sent some serious firepower to pry me out of here. They're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember.
And then
The board,
cuts out.
all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible? How can I be of assistance? See you soon, Captain. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece.
There's
Shall
no
I congratulate
enemy
myself,
ship.
or would you like to do the honors?
No enemy ship. There's the Hope, but I was hoping to see an enemy ship for
You
detail.
killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
Basically, we're outlaws now, but I don't feel that. I feel like I'm a hero. At the end of this, I'll probably be a hero. There's gotta be something special in here. It's energy too. Definitely get rid of that then. Got plenty of energy, so what I'm gonna do is take that off, put that on for right now.
I wish I could do that. Testament, say this, please.
Hmm. What am I doing? But the hope, no. The scented transmission scheme. Corporate pigs. Swine, so I feel like it's, you know what, I can shoot in this now, can I? But they're all able to get into. But I feel like it's the alive one. Like now that I can finally shoot. Nope. Bubbles, I killed you for no reason. So I haven't checked this one. Yeah, I would think it would be one of these pigs in here. Yep. Oof. Yeah, baby, Alright, let me do this real quick. So yeah, and this is a pulse too as well. So I need to put like a range on it as well.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing.
Oh well.
Bring a drink upstairs.
Alright. So where did I leave off? Yeah. status effects. Alright, now I did that. It says I can't put mods on this. That's the only thing annoying. I can't put mods on something like this. But it's all good.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Don't tell me
Wells
this
never
is
hurt
it.
nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his
There's
lonesome
no
up
way
in the
that
rings,
this is it.
tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
And here we are, entertaining the notion of busting him out. That's insane. And likely a hell of a lot of fun.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick, got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
See, as I know, Olympus, this place, this place, this place. Never been here before.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static. Welcome back, Captain. Mm-hmm. Do return in one piece, Captain.
Oh, this is a new place, so check it out. But yeah, there's a few places I haven't even been yet, so. Plus, every planet has a certain amount of landing bays that could be in the same area or a different place, so. Oh, wait a second. I've been here before. Yeah, I've been here before. Damn, am I so wrong? Thought this was a new place, bro. The labyrinth is the only new place, so yeah, there's like quite a few little places left. Little my ass, but damn, my bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to get too far in the labyrinth.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
So 1, 2. I still feel like there's something supposed to be there. It's probably the last place you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places left. Oh, you will consult the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the prison. Do it now before you cross the point of no return. Wait, then, how the fuck? They're literally telling me this is the end of the game. That can't be. You're telling me there's a few places I can't even get into. Wow. Second, closest planet to the sun. An uninhabitable safe planet. Wow. This is so garbage. That's it. That's all they're offering. They better have DLC to this shit.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
Oh, wow.
We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders on sight. Tartarus Docking Authority, signing off.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance? I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
For what I thought it was pretty short. The only thing that made it long was the side missions, which you really didn't have to do after the first ones. The first side missions, first side missions you kind of had to do, but after that you didn't have to do anything else, just the main missions. 85, bro. Wow, 85, really?
Does a prison have for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates?
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again. Nice of them to leave us a few options.
Watch out! Take your best shot. I'm reloading!
I was just checking to see what the end of the game would offer. What I'm hoping is that at the end of the game they give you a choice somewhere, allowing you to either start a new game, you know, with everything. So I don't know, man. It just can't end like this. That shit's so bad.
They're on us.
Like one of the easiest prison breaks that I've done. Oh shit. That's my controller for you. And of course they don't have no railing. See, my controller just did it again. Thankfully it wasn't high enough to when I walked off. It just dropped off the ledge.
Get in there, troops! For Monarch! For Halcyon!
Oh shit, these are the people that were supposed to be helping me. Damn, they kinda cleared the shit out of him, huh? They were everywhere. I couldn't actually get a spot to where I could heal and stay healing. Every time I healed, they just kept fucking knocking me down. That's why I've been trying to find something that could heal me faster. But fuck, man. Fucking bitch. All that over again. Everyone does that. Motherfucker, man.
Get in there, troops. For Monarch. For Halcyon.
I fucked up anyway, so I wasn't even trying that time. Yeah, I didn't mean to shoot the team. What I'm gonna do is when I rush in there next time is just let the team fight. Where am I now? Oh shit. I'm right before I went up the elevator, okay.
Troops. For Monarch. For Halcyon.
You just say I'm gonna sell you a ship for beer money. What fuck kind of homeless shit is that to say? No, it's that dude, bro. That robot just healed him too. I gotta literally change this wave. I can't use energy now. I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do. I just want to finish the game now. Knowing that it's this small, I just want to finish it. Waste all my ammo for that shit. Like, I literally saved up so much ammo just to make sure that I get this shit. Bro. These guys are hitting me so hard, I have no chance. Like, they're even killing the dude that's supposed to help me. Like, what happened to all my allies, bro? I made so many allies. Where are they? Like everything's in my way. It's one of them down. The whole time I didn't see him. Whole time I didn't see him. Alright, 1. I want to use that, and 2. Yes. Why is that? Why? That's really far. It's alright. It's alright. Damn it. I want to see if this shit does as much damage to them as it does to me.
I'm just real glad to know you all.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon. Idiot! I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off. No call for... You unbelievable bastard!
I knew that would
Sophia
grind
should
his
wasted her
gears.
time with you, but you killed her. I'll have you hanged, quartered, bankrupted. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself. Is that sarcasm? Do you know what I do to people who employ the lowest, most base form of humor? I fire them. Alas, as you are woefully unemployed, I'll have to do the next best thing and have you killed. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull, it was fucking expensive.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man? You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend.
I
Do you know what
thought
this
he
means
was
for
gonna have
Halcyon?
us go
We can't
back.
rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
I'm guessing that's it. That's the end of the game. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're gonna have to try our best. Credits.
The OSI teaches that
Outer
everything in the
Worlds.
universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history.
Not much.
The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the Iconoclasts spread like wildfire, and Graham was able to bring many of the smaller Terra 2 townships into the fold. However, his zealous obsession with spreading the word blinded him to the needs of a growing organization, and the movement was unsustainable at scale. The Iconoclast way seemed to work best, and ultimately petered out on Monarch. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away, and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. she and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Oh, I like it, but at the same time, I think that was pretty gay. That's the only, effect at the end of the game, is that you're a hero by the means of, at the end of the game, it'll explain all your good deeds and deeds that you've done that cause shit to happen. So I didn't feel like a hero when they explained how I literally destroyed people. I don't know, it was bad. Only other thing, because now it's basically saying that you can't even go and play the game. Yeah, I think I wasted my money on this game. I think I did. That's the only thing good about having buy a game, a hard copy of the game from GameStop. Because you can just give it right back and get your money back. As long as you beat it in a certain amount of time. But, yeah. Only place I can think to go now is, Tartarus. Like, the locks don't even get up to 100, bro. They only got up to 85 that I saw. I'm going there because I've never seen
We are now
this
in
before.
orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Let's see my team. That's why they couldn't do it, because he was sitting there explaining, oh yeah, they went off doing this and that, so there's no way to, you know. It's stupid. It was going good until that, but I'm also forgetting there's a whole different side to this game. Literally a whole different side to this game. I could literally be a total bitch. It is obviously a place where I haven't been. Never mind. I have been here. And that's why she told me to come here, because that was the elevator to get here. Like, literally, there's... Other than playing the game over again, I don't really see a reason to play this anymore. Actually... I'm gonna go out in the city and look around. I don't know how much that would do for me other than finding little missions that I can do. And 30 is max? They're literally telling me that 30 is max level.
Hey, Yui, you ever think about naming it? Always seemed a bit crude, even for me. Besides, how am I supposed to introduce dates to bold Betsy with a straight face?
I think we can vote.
I name all my favorite machines. What's wrong with naming your pistol?
I don't know what I'm doing, really. I feel like going back to the ship and flying somewhere else real quick. See some. I don't know why I'm picking them up. I'll pick them up though. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and load this again and then travel to I really don't know. Game's so stupid. Like, I don't like it when games do that. Like, to get you so hype, looks like it's gonna be a good game, and then you get in there, it's alright. It's like everything you could have asked for when you got it, and then the end is just so bad. You don't even get to just continue. You know, from there, you gotta actually start from before you even went there. Stupid. That's where the hope was, that's why.
Destination reached.
Because I feel like oh shit here. I went here for the missions, you know. I didn't go here and just explore, or really I didn't go anywhere and just explore. Everywhere I went because of a mission. I never really explored. But I feel like the maps are just way too small. The biggest is Monarch. Monarch's the biggest. It's really not that much. So it's just aggravating, you know, to think that this is what they decided to give you. Nothing. Point of interest. And point of interest. This is what the interest was of this ship here. Or not. Is that it there? Not much. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, the point of interest isn't anything. Some fucking beasts and boxes. That was a mission right here to go here. Should have been something to do with this fucking thing, but you know, I think this is what's keeping the bearer here. It's not a terraformer. I thought it was, because look at the grass, brother. Yeah, I definitely went here before. Yeah. It's pretty much done deal. Done fucking deal, guys. Barely use melee weapons. So I guess that's what I'm gonna be doing.
On my way. Sorry, I can't. Look how many main missions there are. There's one, which is the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 main missions. The rest are basically side shit. More side quests than anything. I know as I was killing the enemy, I was fucking up missions, but I don't know. I think the next time you see me play this, I'm gonna be starting over again. This time I'll be doing more exploring and stealing and shit because I'm gonna be a just douchebag all the time. Log it. Log it. Log it. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. They definitely need DLC for this fucking game.
Cleo. CMP Bush shotgun. Basic choice. Oh. That's pretty garbage. Couldn't even revive my teammate either. Oh, it's a 15-minute cooldown. Never mind. Yeah. So I'm getting off of here, guys. That's so annoying. But yeah, next time you see me on here, I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna be bad boy. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.